By issuing a special dividend, GNS is hoping to find who is responsible, as all brokers are forced to disclose to the Depository Trust and Clearing Corp how many shares their clients hold and how many dividends will be paid. Theoretically, that should expose the oversold shares, and dishonest brokers will be forced to cover their positions. So this is the news. This is what is going on concerning GNS stock. It gained 200% in this session of the regular session of the 19th of January 2023. You can see 290.29%. This is on the news. You can see it here, down here. It says this is a news that has approved action plan to address illegal short. So the company said today that its board has approved an action plan to address illegal short selling of its stock, including the formation of an illegal trading task force. So the folks at Market Watch went on to say GNS Corp stock rallies more than 200% after it appoints former FBI director to investigate alleged naked short selling. So the stock of the company, which is an ed tech company, and obviously that's the name, rallied more than 200%, as you can see. So the stock was last October when they wrote that it was made to close with a gain of 290% to mark its biggest ever one-day percentage gain. Volume of 107.76 million shares traded, and it crossed the 10-day average of 11.27 million shares by 372.3%. Okay, so the company, yes, amongst other things, so the company appointed the task force will include Richard Berman, also a director in the company and chair of the company's audit committee, and Roger Hamilton, the chief executive officer of the company as well. The company has been in communication with government regulatory authorities and is sharing information with these authorities to assist them. The company said it has proof from Washer Bernstein LLP and Christian Levin Law Group, with tracking from share intel, that certain individuals and or companies sold but failed to deliver a significant amount of its shares as part of a scheme seeking to artificially depress the stock price. It will now explore legal action and will hold an extraordinary general meeting in the coming weeks to get shareholder approval for its planned action. So the company went on that to disclose that its IPO priced at $60 a share in April of last year, 2022, and the company, an analyst at Diamond Equity assigned an $11.28 stock target, while Zacks had a target of $19.2. By all measures, they believe that they are doing all the right things to justify a rise in share price, according to Hamilton, the CEO. The company then announced 2 funding rounds totaling $40 million to grow its balance sheet to more than $260 million, yet the stock fell to under 40 cents, or less than 25% of the cash raised and less than 20% of its net assets. This didn't happen gradually, according to Hamilton, I believe. It happened in 2-month intervals from their IPO in June, August, October, and December, each time over a period of a few days. Massive selling volume that was a multiple of their float. Okay, as most of the shares are on lockup, only around 4 million are tradable. You can see that only 4 million are tradable. Okay, okay, how do I put it now? Each time over a period of 4 days, massive selling volume that was a multiple of their float was sold in the market, making the share price drop by 50% or more. Okay, you can see that, yes, selling that, that will, you can imagine that these guys wouldn't care. They would sell it they will use the market order to sell them, and that will be aggression. So it will just depress the stock. Okay, the company has since drawn on West Christian, a short selling litigator from Christian Levin Law Group, which has helped it understand how naked short selling works, and then Share Intel helped find the proof that this was what happened. Individuals or groups get together and sell shares in a target company that they don't own, with the aim of getting the share price to fall 50% in a short period. They use small cap firms that have low buying volume, allowing them to scale off buyers. You can see that. So, and that is also the case with, you can see that. So the company is a very small cap stock, very small cap. You can see the 11.5 million. That is, somebody can bring that, somebody can afford to bring 11.5 million dollars. So shares outstanding 21.48 million, 21.487 million shares, and they are saying it is only 4 million that is available to be traded. But you can see that heavy millions. But in as much as hundreds of millions have crossed the tape, you and I may understand it as being that a huge amount of activity has gone on. But these guys are also saying, yes, indeed, also that may also be the case. But at the same time, they are also saying that the reason why this is the case is because of illegal short selling. So the broker doesn't bother to find the shares to borrow. According to Hamilton, they simply sell shares they don't have, and after a few days book them as FTDs, failure to deliver, or hide them as long sales instead of short sales. The people who bought the shares have no idea they bought a fake share, and suddenly there's plenty more shares in the market than there should be. Okay, see how they are manipulating how they're manipulating the market. So there's a video here that you can watch to find out how naked short selling works. Naked shots work. Okay, so if these groups sell 6 million shares from $12 to $6 each, and then buy back over 2 months at under $6, they double their money. That allows them to make up to $30 million out of thin air. They can repeat the whole process a few months later. If they don't buy back all the shares, they simply leave them as failure to delivers or hide them in offshore accounts. At no point do they need to put any cash to make this happen, as they're making money from the moment they start selling fake shares. The ultimate goal is to push a company into bankruptcy, where the equity will be wiped out, meaning they never have to cover the short position. You can see that this is evil. Okay, so by issuing a special dividend, Genius is hoping to find who is responsible, as all brokers are forced to disclose to the DTCC how many shares their clients hold and how many dividends will be paid. Theoretically, that should expose the oversold shares, and dishonest brokers will be. In practice, dishonest brokers will not declare the fake shares and just pay the dividend out of their own pockets. Okay. If they issue a dividend that isn't straight cash, if you issue a dividend that isn't straight cash, such as a spin-off of a company, so you are issuing shares or blockchain based assets, then the brokers can't do that. So then the brokers can't do that. They are forced to either cover or be exposed, he wrote. Okay, so these are the measures they are taking to flush out the dishonest brokers and those they are aiding. So if you issue a dividend that isn't straight cash, such as a spin-off of a company, so you are issuing shares or blockchain based assets, then the brokers can't do that. Can't do that. They can't do that. Then the brokers can't do that first to either cover or be exposed, he wrote. Okay, so these are the measures they are taking. So, but this is a totally whole new development. If not for all that is going on right now, I would have actually said that this stock, you shouldn't really buy the stock, because it seems, you can see the trend. You can see these short sellers have they have forced this stock into a trend, a trend that is indicating that you're having that the highs are getting lower. The highs are getting lower, even with what it closed at. The highs are getting lower. This is a depressing trend. But given all that is going on now, things the tide may have been turned. So this is also a stock to watch in the coming days. Let's just see how things are going to pan out. So on a trading view, we have on the 1 minute live chart, there's a downward projection of $2.0951, an upward projection of $3.21. Okay, let's look at the daily chart and see what is there. The daily chart has an upward projection of upper projection of 2.658. Okay, pretty much modest. So the 1-minute live chart is indicating something a lot more bullish. Okay, something a lot more bullish. That is a projection towards 3.21, but indeed there's also a downward projection of $2.1. So see what you make of GNS stock. Short interest, for some reason you can see that is 0.2% short interest, and the shares floated is 10.5 million shares. Okay, so who knows, they are saying here that it has decreased by 79%. Okay, so let's see how things are going to pan out here. Okay, so once again, on a trading view, the upper projection is towards $3.21. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, this is a resistance it had at 8.59. Can it ever repeat that? 10.74. Maybe in the long run, if things change, you know, it could rebound to such levels. Okay, so but in a very short term, $3.21 seems to be the upper projection. 3.21. There's no guarantee this is going to happen. You know, even with this news, you know, we don't exactly know who's telling the truth at all. We don't exactly know who is the honest party here. So just be really careful about this stock. Very small float, very small float, and obviously very small amount of volume. So it is definitely vulnerable to manipulation, which is evident. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.